Hey there YouTube, welcome back. Apologies for the first video being 22 minutes long. I was looking at the wrong time scale on my video camera here. This video, like I say, I'm going to hopefully try and keep them around sort of 15 minutes. It shouldn't be too difficult now that I actually have a bead on where the time is. We're going to continue on with the old bolt action stuff. This is the box of what was originally going to be my Chinese army, and it still possibly may be in the future. But we're going to start off with a whole bunch of warlord stuff. So we've got a couple of vehicles here. We have a Panzer 1A, and we have a T-26, I believe. Yeah, T-26B. So two tanks that were used by the Chinese. We also have a SDKF Z222, another quite popular vehicle for Chinese armies. We have a Blitzkrieg German HQ and medium mortar that were obviously being planned to be converted into Chinese. And we also have, and this is the interesting part, where I actually hunted down some different companies' miniatures. And they were done by a company called Reaver Castings. Here. Now I've got to admit that these figures, when I got them, they're kind of, I mean, they're not too bad scale wise, but they are on the sort of the small side. Like for instance here we have, but they are obviously proper Chinese figures. We have one of the light machine gun teams. I can't remember what it's called for the second. But it's basically the sort of the Czechoslovakian version of that predates the Bren. The ZB something or other, I think it's called. So that's one of those machine gun teams. That's obviously one of the proper machine guns that they used. They did use. I don't think they used the MG34 at all. So what else have we got? We've got a little bunch of 4 German helmeted Chinese here, riflemen. These are actually a little bit on the small side, even in comparison to the normal the machine gun team I just showed you. And then we have a couple of more bags. We've got a bunch of Chinese in sort of Tommy helmets, and they include one that was broken off at the knee, which really cheered me up when that came, because they were quite expensive, I thought, at the time. And then lastly we've got a couple of command groups. I'm pretty sure when I ordered them, I ordered 2 different command groups, but they ended up sending me 2 of the same. So I'm kind of stuck with them really. But yeah, I can't say that my enthusiasm for building a Chinese army has been sparked. I think when those figures actually came, they kind of sort of turned me off the idea. And to finish off the whole sort of Chinese bunch, we got 2 boxes of Blitzkrieg German infantry, which I originally was just going to paint up in sort of some Chinese colours and sort of like just to make that do. But of course the sort of the historical nerd inside me goes, no, you can't really do that. And obviously some people mix them in with sort of Japanese bodies to make them a little bit more look like regular Chinese troops. But again, whether I want to sort of waste an entire box of Japanese just to make Chinese, I really don't know. So that's definitely an army that will sort of stay in limbo for quite a long time, because I really don't know what to do with them. So that's the the Chinese. Next up, we've got a bunch of what's in here? We've got a little bit of Flames of War stuff in here actually. But in this particular box, we've got a couple of half tracks of bolt action. So we've got an M3 and a Hanamag for bolt action. And what else have we got in here? We've got yeah, we've got some Flames of War stuff. We've got an entire Panzer Grenadier platoon here, which includes I think it's 4 or 5 half tracks and an entire company of infantry. Is it a company? No, it's a platoon actually. It's 2 Panzer Grenadier sprues and 4 251 sprues. So that's good Flames of War stuff there. And we've got another bunch of Flames of War stuff here. And blister packs this time. So what have we got? We've got a T-28 37mm American anti-aircraft half track. We've got a M13 twin 50 cal half track, and a little bit of leakage. We have a oh, this was bought by accident actually. This is a Fallschirmjäger or Fallschirmjäger machine gun platoon pack, which was bought by, I'm pretty sure I made the mistake of picking these guys up, thinking that they were just regular German army. And of course when they came they were Fallschirmjäger, which I'm really not bothered about collecting, so I just kept them because I couldn't be bothered to return them. That's probably where they'll stay. Oh, balls. That's me not realising that the blister pack was open, and now I've got M30 or T28E1 pieces everywhere. Okay, sorry about that. I think I've got everything. I'll have to keep that out just in case I find another piece of it a little bit later. And then also in here some more Flames of War stuff. A bunch of tanks from when they released the sort of like the Desert War sort of starter box set. I thought I'd just pick that up to give the rules a try. And of course they've just remained unpainted. So in here we've got a couple of what are they? Comets, and an M3 or a Grant, is it? M3 Grant or Lee? I can't remember. And then a couple of Panzers there. Again, probably not going to get built. So that's those. Another quite big box out the way. Okay, next up we're going to go for, this is another box set. This is a Dystopian Legions box set. It was from a game called Ein Scorpion, like a starter set. And the cool thing about this particular game was that it came with some really cool scenery, sort of like an abandoned fort. But I did really like the miniatures. You get Republic of France and Covenant of Antarctica forces, and you also get some sort of limited edition stuff in here. Let me just, I'll actually open it up and show you some of the stuff that was sort of like limited edition. I mean, the miniatures themselves, they look great, but they come in like multiple pieces. and I don't know if you can see in there, there's like every figure is in like multiple pieces, and to tell the truth, they don't look that easy to put together, and that's kind of what sort of put me off of actually doing anything with them. But I have built the scenery. But this was a great great priced set when it came out, because I think it was about 30. I think it was like £40 or something like that. And it came with obviously all those figures, all that terrain. It came with some art prints and sort of like a couple of unique figures. So it came with like these two sort of art prints of two of the characters, which I thought was really cool. So we've got like a Republic of France medical officer and Covenant of Antarctica drone engineer, and obviously they're related, so they're perhaps they're sisters or something, which kind of forms the part of the backbone of the scenarios, perhaps. But yeah, I'm not going to go sort of too far into delving into the miniatures of these guys, but they are pretty. I mean, if you want me to, sort of zap it down in the comments below, and I'll put it into the next sort of instalment. And the other cool thing about this particular box set was that it also came with a lot of sort of resin objective markers and stuff, which is quite cool. I think this is them there. So it came with like a sort of a steam engine generator type thing, and a sort of like an underground hatch, which is kind of cool. Two great little pieces of scenery which could be used for other things. And the other thing that came with this particular set, I think it came with like so many of the sort of the starting, the first so many made, is that it also came with like this unique miniature of the sort of head of the Antarctic Covenant of the Antarctic or something, and he comes with this quite nice sort of stand as well. So again, not particularly relevant to the game itself, but quite cool to get something extra for a freebies. So that is that. Again, something that probably, I wouldn't say never ever, but certainly not on any to build lists for the foreseeable future. So it's probably just going to sit there in the mountain. So that is that. What are we doing on time? We're doing 13 minutes. Okay, next up we'll quickly zap through some more stuff that you may not find that interesting because it's not particularly historical, but it's basically a whole bunch of unpainted Dreadball stuff. So we've got some teams. We've got the Locust City Chiefs, some cheerleaders, and some mob of sort of like a crowd. Got some dwarves, Midgard Delvers. We have an alien team, the Shanmeeg Starhawks. I was quite hardcore into playing Dreadball because I used to be a really big Blood Bowl fan, and when I sort of got back into wargaming, Dreadball sort of took my fancy, and I gave it a try, and I quite liked it. It was one of the sort of the games that I quite heavily played solo actually. And then of course we have the Neomonic Oceanics, which were fairly, I think these were like maybe 3 years ago. I think it was one of the last things that I picked up. I got them really cheap. And then finally the Skitter Sneak Steelers. I mean, you can tell by the price of them, it's how old these are. So that's those. Get those out of the way. I'm also using this opportunity to sort of rearrange my plastic mountain. So I'm kind of putting all the things that are less likely to get done over in one particular corner. So it's helping me do a double whammy of tidying up the mountain at the same time as sort of like showing it to you guys. So that's, I'm going to call it the end of the second video here. And assuming I'm doing most of this in one jumbo session, I'm going to cut it here, and I'll be back for the third video, or third part. So see you soon.